Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Mr. Secretary, for being with us this morning. One of the highest honors I have is representing Oklahoma's 5th District, which has over 40,000 veterans who reside in my community. We have one of the highest rates of veterans per capita. Around 8% of Oklahoma's population has served our nation's military. Nationwide, the rate is about 6%. I'm proud that veterans are moving to Oklahoma because it's a welcoming and a patriotic environment, along with a high quality of life and a low cost of living. Our local VA director, Wade Vlasich, has done a tremendous job at the Oklahoma City VA, and I hope that you'll get the chance to see the facility soon at firsthand, as well as some of the challenges that they're currently facing. Mr. Secretary, thank you for taking the time to speak with me this last week. During our conversation, you mentioned that under the previous administration, the VA was experiencing a tremendous amount of increases of backlogs and wait times. And in your opening statement, you talked a bit about this, that even though the full-time equivalents had increased, there were still significant backlogs and wait times. Could you elaborate a little more on this and give me your perspective as how do we address the issue here?
Thank you, Congresswoman. I appreciate that because you've actually hit at the whole problem that we have here. And I think this is one of the issues that we can agree and disagree on issues of how it comes about. But there is no denying that after adding literally thousands upon tens of thousands of employees and hundreds of billions of dollars to the VA's budget, the metrics are not getting better. And I think that's a concern that should concern everybody, not just here at the VA, but also, and let me just be specific about that. As we look at these 52,000 employees, and this is in the last few years, wait times went from, on primary care, rose from 15.7 days to 24.3 days. Wait times for mental health rose from 14.7 to 20.4. Wait times for specialty care rose from 24 days to 38 days. And then here's the one that really was interesting. The VA disability backlogs claim increased in the last 4 years from growing from 211,000 on January of 2021 to 264,000 on January 2025. When I took office in February, it was at 260. I can bring to you, Mr. Chairman and others, here's some good things to know, that as of this morning, it's at 200,000. We have dropped at almost 21% of the disability backlog in just under 100 days. That's something we can be proud of. And by the way, we didn't add any employees and we didn't add any more money to do that. We just got it done because this is the problem that we're seeing. So again, it's okay to have the understanding of differences of what we need to do. But when you're looking at the numbers, and by the way, there was a comment made about a week ago when I testified across the way that said these numbers were changed. Well, they were changed under Biden, the calculation of wait time. And so let's just understand here, the way they calculated the wait time, they made it from when actually the veteran themselves actually made the call instead of it being when the VA got to it. So what we're doing is it appeared that we were hiding the numbers so we could wait and shorter the time frame. This is actually showing a more truthful aspect of when the veteran was asking for their care.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Additionally, we talked a little bit about your plans to restructure VA staffing. Can you talk a little bit about the plan? I know that there's been a request for specific information, but you are only 100 days into the new administration in your role, and it takes some time to restructure an agency that has such a large budget and a huge number of employees and contractors. So can you talk a little bit about what you're looking to do with restructuring of the VA and what that will look like for our veterans?
I would love to. This is something, and this one knows, and Chairman and all of you know, this is the largest non-defense department we have in the federal government. We have 465,000 employees at this point. 409 of those are found in our VHA, 34,000 in our VBA. In our cemeteries, which I'm very proud of our cemetery work, is 2,400. But here's a number for you. In our central office, we have 16,375. This has just grown exponentially. So what we're looking at, not only our career employees, we're taking outside help, looking for industry help, standards on how we look at this, and go forward in how we can actually utilize this to make sure that our workforce is right-sized to where we are. Now, we have over 28,000 physicians. We have 91,000 nurses. But I think most on this committee would realize that not all of those are practicing medicine. Yet we have shortages in our clinics, and whether it be in your state or Georgia, my home state, or others, we have a shortage of doctors and nurses, but yet some of them are being out in administrative. So we're looking at the ways that are touching healthcare directly and seeing if we can resize our workforce. One of the things, though, and if I could, Mr. Chairman, just quickly on this, we have a issue that we also look at consolidation. Did you realize that right now 200,000 of our employees get their payroll done through our centralized service. But yet they allowed almost 50 or 60 of our hospitals to maintain their own payroll system, which is hundreds of employees doing a separate example of how we can look at doing this.
Thank you for addressing the duplicative nature of what's happening with the VA. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield.